So, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Thursday, May 6, 2021, at 4:46 p.m. I have complete attendance for today. And hello, everybody. Our topic for today is teaching time words for infants. The use of time words for infants. So, for today's lesson, um, first, I'm going to introduce you to the time words for and since. The second part is let's go see examples and how to construct sentences using them. And then number three, let's go deeper to it. And then number four, our last activity is activity time, where you are going to answer the activity I've prepared. So check this out. Can somebody please um, read this for me?
Ma'am, Arani.
Okay. Arani.
Ashley studies for 20 minutes before the exam. Ma.Czarina has known Zarina since elementary. Joan waited for 3 days to receive the package from the shop. He has been here since 9 a.m. Danica and Mitch have been friends for 21 years. The school has been operating since 1980.
Okay. Kayla, do you see anything that is or do you identify something in the sentences
The sentences have the sentences indicating different period of time.
or the prepositions of time? And what that are
For and since.
very good. Okay. As you can see, okay. Time words, let's go deeper to it na. The time words for is the use of the preposition for is to talk about an um, amount of time or space. The amount of time could be seconds, minutes, hours, days, or even years. For also means from the beginning of time to the end of the period. From the beginning of the period to the end of the period. So the formula in using for in a sentence is for plus the period of time. Later on, you'll see it on the sentences. See, here are the examples for 50 minutes, for 6 weeks, for 8 months, for 2 years, for 3 decades, for a long time, forever. We use for when we are going to talk about uncertain or indefinite period of time, like for ages, for a long time, and forever. To make it short, this preposition of time or this time word can be used in all verb tenses. So let's go in the example. Okay, time word for, diba? As we can, let's go back to the formula of excuse the dogs. It's our neighbors. It's not us. So our formula is 4 plus the period of time. So as you can see here, I highlighted the 4 and this is the period of time. You can see Ashley studies for 20 minutes before the exam. Joanne waited for 3 days to receive the package from the shop. Danica and Mitch have been friends for 21 years. So it means that for 20 minutes, for 3 days, and for 21 years, it indicates the duration of time, the duration of um, how how long Ashley studies before the exam, or how long did Joanne waited for 3 days, or how long they've been known for each other. Okay, so more examples. So a while ago I told you that this can be used in all tenses. Okay, in the present tense, like Benedict plays the computer games for 2 hours every day. Okay, here the present tense plays and then the for and the period of time. Benedict is playing in the present continuous form computer games for 3 hours today. She has lived in Singapore for 20 years in the present perfect. And Kat has been living in New York for 2 years. has been living. That makes it a present perfect continuous tense. I have studied in BulSU for 4 years. So it means that she had studied in BulSU for 4 years. The duration, you know, she studied for 4 years. The future tense, Karen will be in quarantine for at least 3 weeks. So it will happen in the future. Take note of these tenses and uh, take note of this because later on you'll do an activity similar to this. You're going to use the time word for, and then you're going to construct your own sentence using this verb tenses, like in the present tense. Use for in the present tense. Okay? Are we clear? Are you still there, people?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Am I too fast? Talking too fast? Okay. Am I talking too fast? I guess. Should I slow down? Okay, thank
Okay
you.
lang po, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on with the time word since. So earlier we talked about for, and now we're going to talk about since. Okay, since on the other hand is to refer to the period of time or the point of time, or it can refer to a particular point from the beginning of something and continuously happening up until today. Okay, did you get it? A while ago we talked about for from the beginning of the period to the end of the period. And now, from the particular point continuing up until now. Did you get it? Did you get the difference of these two? Later on, we'll go deeper and we'll make it clearer. Okay? Okay. The formula in using since in a sentence is this: since plus particular point in the time in the past. Okay, let's move on with the examples. Let's look. Time word since. Ma.Czarina has known Serena since elementary. Since when Ma.Czarina have known Serena? Since elementary. Up until now, Ma.Czarina knows Serena. Diba? That's automatically, we know that it is happening up until now. Okay? He has been here since 9 a.m. Let's pretend that let's not pretend. Okay, today is, the time today, right now, is 4:45 p.m. And then he has been here since 9 a.m. So, earlier and up until now, it's happening until now. So, the next example is the school has been operating since 1980. So that means the school is operating long time ago and still running up until now or working until now. Right? Well, in the sentence since we usually uses perfect tenses. Okay? We another take note of this mga take note of this, dear. We should not use since if we're going to talk about the future. We are using since to refer things from the past or when things happened in the past and continue up until now. We're not allowed to use it in the future tenses, okay? Okay. So, here is another way on how we construct since, okay, in a sentence, or how we can use since in a sentence. Since plus a point in time in the past, or that is happening up until now. She has been working since 7 o'clock. Sari has been waiting for him since January. It indicates that Sari has been waiting for him since January. And the day today is May. So, you get it? Later on, I'll show you the difference if you're confused with the usage of the two. Okay. Another way to use since is with since we use present perfect tense for the past perfect tense. Auntie have been waiting since 4 a.m. and I can see her getting bored. So the next part is I had been studying since 3 p.m. So as you can see, it happened and then continuing up until now. Usually I continuously repeating this to you guys for you to understand and to retain the information to you. Okay. Since can also be used in the structure. It has been plus the period of time plus since. Okay, like for the example is it has been 2 decades since I left the Philippines. It has been what? 2 decades since I left the Philippines. It you can see um at you can see here since goes first before the time or the period of time, but now here we can use since at the end before the period of time comes first before the since or the period of the time word since. So it has been 3 years since my last meeting with her. So I went too fast. Not really.
Okay lang.
You get the point. Okay, thank you, Liam. Okay, now I'm going to show you. Are you a little bit confused for the use of since and for? So here is the graph or the illustration that I made to help you understand. So here, the first sentence is Stephen has been in London for 4 years. Duration of time. How long does Stephen stays in London? Or how long has been Stephen is in London? So for 4 years. One, two, three, four. And continue up until now. Or parang he stays in London for 4 years. And then Stephen has been in London since 2017. So since 2017 and our year today is 2021. So since and continuing up until now. So here's the use, okay? When we use for, we are talking about the duration, how long or how short the period of time is. And then the second one, the since, is we are talking about the starting point of the time. Okay? Since last year, since 2017, since 1980. Do you get it? Or do you want me to explain it further? Okay.
All clear, ma'am.
Okay. The illustration indicates that since is a starting point, whereas the action or something is continues up to the present time, while for indicates the duration of the said action. Okay? Did you understand it now? Okay. So now let's test your memory skills and let's test if you really understood the topic. Now I'm going to give exercises to assess in what you have learned for today. Diba, I told you to look further. I looked for the table. Let's go back. This table. Now, for our exercise, I'm going to send in our Google Classroom an answer sheet containing these verb tense. Already give the verb tenses, and then you're going to give me an example sentence with this verb tenses. For example, this one, you're going to create um, a new sentence out of this word. For example, Lian cooks for 2 hours every day. Like that. You do your own example. Okay? And present tense, present continuous, present perfect. Okay. And for the since type, I already provided the how we're going to construct it, like this one. You're just going to give me the example since was a point in time until now with the use of present perfect tense or past perfect tense. And then it has been plus the period of time plus the since. So do you get my instruction, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So I will wait till 5:15.
Okay po.
Okay. I can see that you have passed your answer sheets in our Google Classroom. So that will be all for today. Thank you for participating. It's wrapped. Thank you. Clap your hands.